Hello.
Hello.
You okay?
Yes, I've made it.
You've made it.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a bit touch and go, but yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd make it in time. I'll definitely make it at some point in the stream, but yeah, I've made it.
Made it. Good. That's good. So how's your week been?
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I would say pretty well, apart from stuff going on. But yeah, it's been pretty good.
I finally got my parts for the Enterprise D, so I was well happy Thursday.
Yeah, I've got I've ordered. Obviously, I've ordered the last 4 issues. The first 2 are here, which I'm planning on doing. And the last 4 I'm going to do in some point in December, but I'll do it all in 1 week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be done.
Excellent.
I did finish Robo this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Looking very good. So have you found a place for him yet?
For the moment, he's going to be there until I get a bit more of the Lynch King. Keep him there until we get a substantial amount for the Lynch King. He's gonna stay there for the time being, and then somewhere he's going to be placed somewhere in the house. I don't know where, but he does definitely look the part. I'm really happy. The face on him looks brilliant. Very happy with that build.
It's good to see another build come to an end. Yeah.
I've only got a few active now. I think now on the channel, there's not many going on. So
yeah, well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Progress.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah.
Right. So, news. That's
Yeah.
probably what we're going to do tonight. Is this? But you know.
Yeah.
So I will share my screen, and here we go. So the big news was this being announced on Thursday on World of Wayne's live stream.
Yes.
So here's the Airwolf. A lot of people have been asking for it.
Yeah. There's 3 main builds that everyone asked for. Obviously, Johnny 5, 18 Van, and Airwolf.
Yeah.
So they have been hearing us. They've been listening.
Yeah.
And I think the great thing about this is everyone's going to have a little bit of input into this.
Yeah. So I'll read what it says out. It's in development, the most famous helicopter of all time. Airwolf is the ultimate machine of the skies, fast, fierce, unstoppable, built for raw power and precision. Equipped with advanced stealth capabilities, heavy firepower, and unmatched speed, it redefines aerial dominance more than just a machine. Airwolf symbolizes precision, power, and sophistication, making it the ultimate fusion of military might and high-tech engineering. With its iconic black profile and unmatched performance, Airwolf isn't just a helicopter, it's a legend of the skies engineered to inspire awe and command respect. And it just says underneath that, it's not a lousy helicopter senator, it's Airwolf. So, what do you think?
Like I said, a lot of people have been. I never watched Airwolf.
Right.
I've seen a couple of episodes, but if you had Knight Rider, Airwolf, and Street Hawk, was it?
Yeah.
I was more into Knight Rider than the other 2. I never really cottoned on with the other 2.
Well, I watched it. I did watch it as a child in the 80s, so it does have some nostalgia for me and probably would do it. But it's what release date is 2027 they're hoping for. So it's very, very, very early in the development.
Well, it's still in development. So 27 maybe it goes on pre-order.
Yeah.
But it's because it's going to have there's a lot of people that are going to be involved, plus the community as well. So they're going to have to take in all of those, then come up with something. So it's going to be a good project, but a bit of a way away yet. Yeah.
Stop sharing that screen. But also at Telford, we did see some pictures of some of they've got the mock-ups of. So we've got the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer.
Yes, yeah, they had a very early sort of shell of the Ford Explorer.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't have an interior because it's just a mock-up. But yeah, I'm already psyched for that. That is definitely one that I want to do, definitely.
And then they also had the Orca.
Yes, yeah. It's the first time I think we've seen the physical model of the Orca.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to come with some figures as well. I don't know whether they're going to be painted or they're going to be left like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Haven't really looked at it, but I don't also know if that was die cast or plastic.
Right.
The mock-up. It looks really good. It's going to have panels that come off and everything's hidden.
I think it was plastic. The mock-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all plastic of the mock or the
yeah. All the prototypes are normally mocked up as plastic before they go off to die casting. Because it just costs too much to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, you can take the top off so you can see the interior. There's also little panels. It looks like it's going to come with a ton of accessories.
Right.
Literally, so many accessories you could ever think of. I think it's going to be included in this. So yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It's a good size. It's a very good size.
It does.
So yeah.
So hopefully we'll be seeing more on the website soon of the prototypes.
Yeah, and the figurines look really good as well. So
yeah,
very well done on them.
But yeah, so that's basically the news for this week was the major show at Telford.
Well, yeah.
So right, shall we go through some chat and see what people are saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so scroll all the way up. Okay, so first of all, it's not on Restream, but I've got my channel open. We've got Steve131 who says, evening all. Good evening, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And then we've got D Harris who says, evening, Mark and Kev. So good evening, D.
Hi, D.
Now I can go what's on the screen. We've got Sophie in who says, hi, everyone. Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
Also says hi to myself and says hi, Kev. So hi again, Sophie.
Sophie.
Then we've got Ian Campbell who says, greetings. Good evening, Ian. Welcome.
Hi, Ian.
I know he's been down at Telford.
Yep.
We've got David Hawley who says, a very good evening, Kevin, Mark, and all in chat. That time of the week again. Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's Sunday.
Yep.
Wouldn't be a Sunday without it.
No.
We've got Spider Sprue in next who says, hi, Mark and Kev. Hi, Spider Sprue. Welcome.
Hi, Spider.
And then Ian says, Mark, Kev, good luck on the stream this evening. Yeah, I think we're going to need it.
Yeah.
Ian says, more folk ought to get themselves to Telford Model Show. I was able to meet up with so many folk this weekend.
Yes, I'm planning on going next year, definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
I've already discussed it with Kirsty and that, and yeah, we're definitely going to go next year, definitely.
Yeah, so Kirsty's into stuff like that as well, though, isn't she? So
yeah, and there's stuff there. So yeah, we're going to go up. We're going to see what we can do in the day. We're going to go up for the day, make a day of it, and yeah. I
think the Saturday is busier than the Sunday.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if my car's still working, then I might travel down. Might be
yeah. We'll definitely pop down there on next year, definitely.
Okay. We've got Dave Mac Bales in who says, good evening, Mark and Kev. Have a great stream tonight. Thank you, Dave Mac. Welcome.
Dave Mac.
We've got Will's Workshop in who says, hi, all. We'll be listening from the car. Good work on that diorama, Will. That looked awesome.
Yeah.
That really did look awesome. We've got Andy Caroline who says, hello, Mark and Kev. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. Hi to everyone in chat as well. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell. Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
I'll read this out. This is to Will, but Ian does say, your diorama entry was superb, and I'll say again, you should be proud of it, mate. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
you know,
very good.
To have the inspiration and the the sort of imagination to do something like that, it's quite good. You know, it's
it was really good. Yeah, he had the little sort of light lamps that were on the side there, and the engine hoist and everything else. It was good. Yeah,
it was really, really good. We've got Jason from Cadnola Build saying hello all. Hello Jason. Hope you get better, mate. He's got pneumonia. He's been in hospital. So he's back home now, but yeah, he's not being very well. So hope you get better soon.
Yes.
Definitely. We've got Philip Wheatley in who says, hi all, hope you're all well. Thank you, Philip. Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Welcome to the live stream. Ian says, yesterday I met up with Todd, John Mansell, Mike Lane, and Mike Sparky, also known as Mike, went round with Ed Hughes, Alex, Mark Pringlesley, the ultimate joke teller. So it is a good place to meet people.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm already sold on it. I'm going next year, so.
Right. Matthew Gibbons says, Mark, did you miss out a clear window on stage 84 of the Enterprise? No, I don't. No, I didn't. I didn't miss out on it. I definitely know that because I wouldn't know. I had to clean some of the sticky residue from the masking tape off of it. But the easiest way to do that is WD-40.
Yeah.
Don't use isopropyl alcohol on that because it'll just strip the paint straight away.
Yeah.
So I just spray a bit of WD-40 onto a piece of kitchen roll, just rub it slightly until it's all off, and then I just get a multi-surface wipe and then wipe the oil off it, and that's how I deal with sticky things on models that you risk stripping the paint off of it.
Yeah.
We've got Burgess in who says, good evening all. Good evening, Burgess. Welcome.
Hey, Burgess. Welcome.
We've got Stephen Haynes Models who says, hi, Mark and Kev. So good evening, Stephen. Welcome.
Hi, Stephen. Welcome.
And Stephen's channel hopping saying, hi, Kevin and Mark. So hi again, Stephen.
Stephen.
So next we've got is Ian saying, Airwolf. Very nice. Not for me, but nice.
Yeah, very. Like I'm saying, it's nice. Once again, it's not for me personally, but yeah.
Yeah, my dad. When you're growing up as a kid, you watch what your parents watch.
Yeah,
and you listen to music that your parents listen to. And my dad used to watch. Well, my dad used to watch it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It kind of. So with him watching it, we were all forced to watch it. So. Yeah, it just depends what your parents watched in the 80s.
Yeah, because you didn't want to turn the telly over while they were watching it.
No. The only thing my dad watched, which I absolutely hate and won't have anything to do with, is Doctor Who.
Ah, right. Okay.
That gave me nightmares. So, absolute nightmares. I think I missed one out here. I'm just trying to find it. Might have unclicked. Right. I don't think I did this one, but we've got Burgess in who says, good evening all. So good evening, Burgess. Welcome.
I think we said that. I'm sure we
I didn't want to risk it. Missing it.
Yeah.
So I always try and catch everybody. We've got Ian's World of Models in who says, evening, Mark and Kev, and all in chat. Good evening, Ian. Welcome.
Ian, welcome.
And we've got Steve131 in again saying, evening all. Good evening, Steve. Welcome.
Steve, welcome.
I know there might not be a lot of people in there tonight because obviously they might be travelling back from Telford.
Yes.
So, yeah, we just have to bear with it. But we know that it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, you guys need to drive safely.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Ian says, myself and Ed were as good as thrown out of Telfordshire by security.
Oh, what did you do?
What? Yeah, well, you can't just put that in and not say what happened.
Yeah, you're not really. Yeah, you got to let us know what happened. Come on.
Yeah, can't just put that in there and not say what went on.
That's half the story, isn't it?
With Ian, it could be anything. Sophie says, don't forget Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder? What was Blue Thunder?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, like I say, I remember Knight Rider. Airwolf was very similar, and obviously Street Hawk was.
Blue Thunder, a 1983 action thriller movie.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't know about that one. So, D. Harris says, still watch Airwolf. There we go.
Yeah, it's. I would imagine it's still up, and you probably get the DVDs as well.
Yeah. We've got Kevin and Mary in who says, evening, everyone. Good evening, Kevin and Mary.
Hi, Kevin and Mary.
And we've also got David Hall who says, loved Airwolf in the day and would love to build it, but too much going on at the moment. Gotta watch the pennies. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a long way away, I think, from that sort of worry at the minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of models and a lot of years to get through before.
Yeah.
And
Kevin and Mary say, evening, everyone. So, channel hopping.
Evening.
Ian says, Orca was looking great. There you go.
Yeah, it looks good. From the videos I've seen from Wayne and Will, it looks really, really good. There's a lot of detail on it already.
Yeah.
A lot of hidden compartment bits. Basically, anything that was in the film is there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't need to read that one out. Spider Bruce says, yes, I will do Airwolf to go with Kit. And Ian Will, the model, says, Will's Workshop diorama looked good.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to star it there for a second and hide that off the camera because we've got two guests with us tonight that are currently in the UK with us. So I'm going to bring in Hobby Time Modelers. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys.
How you guys doing? You hear us all right?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, perfect.
Excellent.
Awesome.
How you
doing?
How you finding the UK?
It's wet.
It's very wet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's wet up here, but we've still got a hose pipe ban in place.
So. We'll acclimatise you yet. Don't worry.
I'm already used to it. This guy's not.
No, I live in Atlanta, Georgia now. I'm freezing the whole week.
I love it.
Yeah, I've got family that live in Houston, and I think they've been climatised because they come over and they're like, I want to go back. It's all wet and horrible.
I love it. I mean, I'm from Arizona. It's dry and hot. It's awful. So,
yeah. How was the model show?
It was very good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very big.
Yep, it's big.
Big.
Not like Wonderfest.
Oh no, it's like 20 times larger than Wonderfest.
But
oh really?
The actual model room is only like
the competition room is small. Yes,
yeah, the competition room is maybe twice the size.
Yeah, it's bigger. But Wonderfest is the competition room, so
yeah, true. The dealer rooms and the club tables just are.
They were fantastic.
Yeah,
all the different clubs were awesome.
Oh yeah, all the different chapters were great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. Did go on, Mark.
I honestly thought Wonderfest was bigger than Telford.
Oh no,
no.
I think you ain't seen nothing. You know, you go in, it's like these hangars.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Well, and the other thing too is Wonderfest is sci-fi only, right? So it's all sci-fi, right? Where it's not a military show, it's not an aircraft show or anything. It's all sci-fi only. So it's a small piece of it, and if you probably looked at Telford is a massive amount of aircraft, tanks, things like that. So their sci-fi is also a very small piece. There wasn't a lot of sci-fi as compared to the other stuff. So, that's Wonderfest is kind of focused on sci-fi.
Yeah, it's much like the IPMS Nats in the US. Very little sci-fi.
Over here, we're very much military, sort of in model terms.
Sure.
I think there's more military stuff than anything else.
Same in the US, pretty much.
Do you think it's the same in the US?
Pretty much, yeah. It's going to be. Yeah. It leans more military. That's why they have Wonderfest.
Yeah, if you go to IPMS shows in the U.S., they're very similar. Yeah, like they're all mostly very small amount of sci-fi. That's why I think Wonderfest exists. Is because it focuses on sci-fi, right? So that's why people go. So
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going home with much stuff?
He is.
Oh boy. Well, when I was at Wonderfest, I was talking to Keith at Cosmic Scale Models, and I said, "How many of the 1/6 scale Oblivion drones do you have left?" And he said, "1." I said, "No, you're out of stock." And he goes, "Oh." I said, "I'll pick it up at Telford." And I said, I want to do the lighting stuff. So he had it right there. It had a sold sticker on it. Picked it up, paid him for that, then went right over to Interlights and bought their deluxe model specific pack. The guy there had one ready for me, waiting.
Oh, brilliant!
So,
wow.
Yeah.
The Oblivion drone, is that that's a Tom Cruise movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
If I remember rightly, it's white and it has like these guns that pop out of the side.
Yep. It has the four cannons and a little eye in the middle.
It's as big as your head too. It's not small.
It's big.
It's going to be 1/6 scale, so the Hot Toys style.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than Wayne's head. By the official unit of measure. It's a little wider.
I'm going to say, guys, don't move up here because Keith at Cosmic Scale Models is about 30 minutes away from me by car.
Yeah.
He actually, on the second day, he actually had one of his guys, I think he said it came from, he flew it from Perth, Australia.
Yeah.
He brought, and he doesn't, and Keith doesn't sell it anymore, but the Firefly that's about this big.
Yeah, it was huge.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
And it is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And so many people saw it on the second day and we asked him, are you gonna make this again? Now he's thinking about it. And if he does, I'm picking one up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do like the shuttle sets that they do. I think they've got the Voyager shuttle, haven't they?
Yeah, they have the Delta Flyer. I saw the oh god, they have a Viper. They have the Mark II Colonial shuttle.
They have the thing from V.
Yeah, the ship from V.
The little shuttle from V, yeah.
And then there was another shuttle next to the Flyer, and I took a picture of it, but I don't remember what it is.
The V shuttle is on sale for 20 quid.
They done the little V shuttle as an exclusive, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 20 quid today.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
I actually purchased my Voyager and lighting kit from Cosmic Scale Models.
Nice.
Very addictive website because I've got also the LCARS stuff they do as well.
Yeah, they do lots of that stuff as well. So well, everyone's getting into the Star Trek stuff again, I think, because Lego's just brought out their big thing as well. So,
and I think that will be the first of many Star Trek Legos we're going to see.
Yeah, if they can do what Blue Brick's done, I think they've got a winner there because I don't think we're going to see any of the weapons that Blue Bricks did, like the phasers and the batleth and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't think Lego would go near that, but definitely things like the tricorder and the ships and bridge sets.
Oh yeah,
and all
I can see them doing the DS9, the Voyager, the refit, and I can see all of them coming.
I think the runabout.
Sure, I think the D is just the beginning.
I could definitely see them doing all the hero ships in that big scale.
Oh yeah,
sure.
And then you've got all these different other scales that they could do, and they could also throw in what they've done with things like One Piece and stuff like that, and Minecraft, where they could do little sets, like where they're on a planet or something like that, or they could even do Quark's Bar.
Sure.
With
like
everyone.
I know there's a ton of people I saw that would love to build the bridges. Like the TOS bridge, the TNG bridge at a large scale, like a play set, right? So the minifig scale, minifig scale bridges. People would love to do that. The hallways, if they did like the whole interior set kind of setup, yeah, you could.
Yeah, I think that's completely doable. But I think I hope they don't run away with it. If you know what I mean. I hope it doesn't get too clogged up. I hope they space it perfectly enough.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So sort of bring out all this stuff and then it sort of fizzles out, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Well, even Todd doesn't have unlimited money.
I will for Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen the Enterprise D. I think it was quite a good. It's a good start. I get that quite a lot actually. When I speak to people, they're like, "Oh, why have they done the Enterprise D?" And it's like, well, you do know the Next Generation was the most watched Star Trek series ever.
Yeah.
That's why we got so much Enterprise. It's why Eagle Moss brought out the Enterprise D first. It's why Lego have done the Enterprise D first. It's why they done the build up as the Enterprise D.
Well, yeah, and also the marketing people think about the age groups of the buyers. Yeah. And a lot of the TOS fans are retired now and on potentially limited incomes.
And even when I talked to Ben Robinson, he goes, the D is always number one, then the refit, then it comes like Voyager / DS9, right? The Reliant, things like that. So that if they had made another, the refit was after if Eagle Moss had continued, that the refit was the next one to come.
Yes, when I spoke to Ben once, when I spoke to Ben, he said their plan was to do the refit after.
Yep. It was in designing. It was in the design phase. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the A. It was definitely the refit. Because there's, I don't know if a lot of people know, but there is slight differences between the refit and the A.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people don't know that. They like to see it on screen and go, "Hang on, they're the same," but they're actually slight differences between the two of them.
Is it mostly just paint colors?
For the most part, but there are some slight little differences.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like around is it the nacelles and the deflector dish around that sort of area?
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yep.
There's slight differences there. But yeah, I mean, we want to talk about Airwolf. I mean, how did that all come about? I mean, you know.
You know what? Honestly, when James reached out to us about 2.5 weeks ago now.
A month almost.
Maybe. Well, when he first started talking about it was called Project X.
Yep.
And he had this idea. This is entirely James's idea. He had this idea that they would do a community-driven model build, where the community was involved from the very beginning, right? From the idea, from the point they got approval on a license, every step of the way. Their input on scale, materials, features that it has. What order the parts come in, he wanted them involved every step of the way and just split the thing wide open on how this works, like how the whole development process comes, how prototypes come, how the deco paint comes, how because you end up getting resin slugs, basically, like for example, if you saw the pictures of the Jurassic Park Explorer, the Ford Explorer that they had at Telford, that's a resin slug.
Yeah,
people were like, "Why is
right?
Solid resin?"
Yeah, solid resin.
And they said, and people were like, "Why are the windows blacked out?" Because they haven't done the windows yet. That's a deco piece, and so it's basically they're testing the fitment of all the things attached to it, like the bumpers are on it, the headlights are on it, the rear windshield wiper was on it, right?
Yeah,
but mostly they're checking the paint, right, to make sure the paint job looks good.
Yeah.
So that's one of the pieces that's one of the steps along that process. But now they want to just expose and have everybody's input on it along the entire process, right? Yeah. There's nothing set in stone right now. There's no sales scale set. All they know is they said we have the license, right? Yeah. And we know what we're going to build. Now what do we do, right? Let's get everybody's thoughts, and it's surprising how much input we're already getting, which is great,
Yeah.
Because I think it's because they saw how many things other companies did incorrectly on other models, on interiors and features, and
what the builders want, what the actual modelers want.
Builders want too. I think when you talk to people, I mean, when I spoke to Ben about the DeLorean,
sure,
it came down to a budget thing, because there was a lot of stuff on the DeLorean that Ben didn't like and wanted changed, but couldn't due to budget concerns.
Yeah, I mean, the flux capacitor, they had designed a flux capacitor that basically did what Chloe's does, right? The one that people go get.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And they had it, but it would have added $200 to the price of every model. And they just couldn't afford it, right? Yeah. They would have to cut so much other stuff to put that into the model. And of course, when it ends up coming out, everybody's like, this sucks. I mean, the DeLorean is my favorite build.
Same.
But when you come to the most important part of the DeLorean, I would have said, make less wires. I would have said, make the interior a little less. Do something different on the taillights. The taillights had a DMC logo on it. Was this big. You know what I mean? There's things where I'm like, I would have cut from other things to have the flux capacitor be right. It's the heart of the car.
Yeah, I remember when he said they first got the sample of the flux, and he said, that's not what we wanted. That's not what we planned. Yeah. And then he goes, well, what happened? And they said, well, this is what was in the budget. The thing that you wanted cost too much, and we couldn't put it in.
Yeah, and
so that was left.
Like we asked him, we said, okay, do we? Because he gave us a guide, James did, about Airwolf, and he gave us a guide, and he says, kind of design it as a need want kind of thing. This is what it absolutely has to have, like that, to be a decent model that's worth the value or worth the money. It has to have this. These would be the wants. Like if you just had an unlimited budget, what would it do, right? And when we were talking to him this weekend at Telford, he basically said, ask for everything. Ask for every single. You want the guns to pop out and shoot smoke, and you want the, like the gun pods. You want the starburst to pop out the bottom. You want the starburst come out the side, but the ADF pod come out the bottom. You want the landing gear to not only go up and down and support the weight of the bottle, but to be motorized. You want, everything, full remote control. It has to play sounds. What sounds does it play? Does it come with figures? And they said, ask for everything, because then what they'll do is they'll see how much that costs. And they'll start to scale back to get to a point where they can actually produce the model. So I think it's great.
And they'll probably give us a keep cut list.
Well, they'll just say this is what these things cost, and we have to get to this number, right? And so you have to start paring things back. But you don't have to remove things. Maybe you just make them less complicated, right? Like we talked about. Sure, you can have the gun pods pop out, which, by the way, on the real helicopter they didn't. That was a stage prop. But you have them pop out, and then the gun's extended, right? Maybe that's just a magnetic, right? You pull the magnetic end cap off of the wing stub, and then you put the gun pod on. Right? But it has a metal, like electrical contacts to light the guns up for during a firing sequence kind of thing. There's different layers of levels of how complex you can make it and where the costs are, right? So eventually you find a balance and you try to put in as much as you can.
Yeah. And then I would imagine there's also an element where you'd have to go, well, this has to all be broken up into pieces.
Yep.
So there's going to be bits where you like saying the guns will extract if we could do that, but then how does that break up? How do we break that part up to do that sort of thing?
The process.
It's a bit like that for Robocop. I mean, instead of doing another hand, which they've done, maybe they've gone, well, we can't get that bit in there and do that in that part. We've had to design it separate.
I think the other thing is stop giving us stuff we're never going to see.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. Believe me. Believe me, that is absolutely at the top of our list. And one of the other big things that we are pushing so far not to do is to have some big, massive base. Right, the Spitfire base, the Apache base, the Lancaster base, the Zero base. It's almost massive. They're so big, it's impossible to display.
They're over 2 feet wide.
Right?
Some of them.
Well, a lot of you say that the base they're big, and a lot of the electrics are actually in those bases. So
that's not going to be there anymore either.
And it's all built in, isn't it? So.
This is a lot of these models were designed years ago. And they were designed. There's a lot of.
I mean. Take the Enterprise D. I think that was in development before we even got issue 1 for about 4 or 5 years.
Right.
I think Benson was working on it 4 years prior to they even done like the second render on it, sort of thing.
Sure.
So
there's levels to it too, because what'll end up happening, you come up with this design idea, then it goes to draft, which means they basically start 3D designing it, right? It goes into CAD, you build out the whole model, you have all the features and everything you want it to do, and you build it in CAD. They'll do 3D scans. Like there's a 222 up north here in the UK. There's a 222 that's painted like Airwolf. It doesn't have all the hoods, the scoops on the side. That you can maybe go scan for the engines, right? You can go scan it for the cockpit seats and the interior, because that was all pretty much stock on the Airwolf. Yeah. But then you maybe have to send a 3D crew out to Compton, California, where the replica is, that's sitting there at the airport. That used to be the one that used to be on the mansion, used to be in Tennessee Museum, and it's basically it used the molds from the original aircraft. The original aircraft crashed, but take the replica and scan that, right? And all that comes into the 3D design, and then the 3D design gets sent to the factory. The factory then comes back and goes, this is what can be metal, this is what can be plastic, and this is how it has to be broken down, where the screws are going to go, how it's assembled. These are this is how these pieces are going to be mounted. That all comes from the factory, right? That'll all come back, and then you can make changes. You can adjust things and say, okay, well, we can't have this. This needs to be magnetic, this, whatever. Yeah. But, Mike Lane was at Telford with Mike Jenkins.
We call him Sparky.
We call him Sparky. He goes by Spiky, but he's the electronics guy, so we call him Sparky. Yeah. And he was just telling us, he's like, the companies in China that build these things, these factories, they make very simple electronics boards, and we've all seen them, right? We've all seen the boards. Oh, they're not complex. They're very, very simple, rudimentary boards. And he goes, but there's nothing stopping Agora from making their own, right? Imagine the Mike Lane level boards in your model, right? I mean, you're not saying he's going to do it, but I mean, you can do it better. Yes. So maybe you can I think it's so important if we can get it self-contained, where the model can just sit on its wheels and work. I don't need a base to power it. I don't need cables up to it. Not power cable, maybe.
Optional stand.
No, but then if you do that, where the model can sit on its wheels, then you can build a stand that maybe is just the Airwolf logo, right? And it says Airwolf, it has the big patch, and then it's got a rod that just lifts it up so you can have it off the ground, or maybe tilts it forward so it's looking like it's flying.
Yeah.
And that's it. It doesn't need the stand. The stand is just for display purposes.
I think what frustrates people about stands is it takes so long to build them, and you feel like you're missing out. I mean, I'm doing the Lancaster stand at the moment.
Oh, it's like you want to shoot yourself.
The last pack I got, about 3 issues are all to do with the stand, and it's like I'm not working on the aircraft. It's so frustrating.
No. Yeah, look at pack 12 of the Apache. One stage out of like 8 or 9, you actually work on the helicopter.
Same with the Zero.
The other 8 packs are all the stand, the base, the speaker, all the accessories, the platforms, the weapons, the missiles. You only work on the helicopter in one stage. It's things like that. You just take all that out of it. And I don't think it's so hard to display those huge stands. Just imagine if the helicopter is 3 feet long, but since it has a 2-bladed rotor, it's only 11 inches wide. You can put that on a shelf. Bookcase. Yeah. It'll fit all day long.
Yeah.
And it'll look great. So those are all the things that are being kicked around, right? All those ideas.
Yeah.
That's what's great about it. And the community, Wayne's already reaching out and getting a ton of feedback. I'm going to probably build an entire website that lets people provide feedback. He's going to have a way to provide feedback. And him, and Wayne are just going to be like the ambassadors. We're just going to kind of collect all that information and start passing it on,
Yeah.
Well, about 5 minutes after it was announced, I set up a Facebook group because Kev was at a pub in a quiz.
Yes, yeah.
And you're normally the one that does them, Kev, and I'm like, oh, he's not going to be able to do it here. So I set one up. We've got Wayne as a moderator, but if you guys want to come in and moderate, you're more than welcome.
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, it's a way to get questions. It's a way to, it's a way to just get, the whole thing is about getting feedback. And I mean, you're not going to be able to please everybody, but you can go for the 90% tile, right?
And the people you can't perfectly please. So as an example, the person who said they want the guns to pop out and extend mechanically, the problem with that is if we were watching the show the other night, we were watching the first 4 or 5 episodes, and the scenes where you see just the stub wing with the machine guns firing, there's no landing gear bay. Yeah. It's a prop wing on a soundstage because that whole mechanism, there's nowhere for it to go because the landing gear is stowed 5 inches away from it.
These models where that is perfectly what you're saying. It's like, where does that actually go into the actual
field? You got to make the mechanism has to fit, and those stub wings are going to be 2 inches across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really going to be, having the interior working, the interior lit and very well done, having the sides removable like magnets or something, because there was technically no door on the side. Everybody had to get into the front 2 doors. There was but you want to be able to see that command center. So those sides got to come off in some way. And I think having the landing gear work, whether it's manual or motorized, is more important than having the guns pop out and shoot, right?
Yeah, just now magnets.
Being able to put magnets or the gun pods on or off, definitely, right? And maybe magnetic or some other method of attaching it. But some things you can display it both ways.
To be honest with you, I like a model I can interact with and sort of play with a little bit. So like the 89 Batmobile, a lot of that is hands-on display, touching things, or the James Bond cars are actually hands-on, you touching the model.
Yeah.
I prefer doing stuff like that than having a button to press and it just does it.
Right. And that would be like the ADF pod, right? Maybe you can have a mechanism that opens and slides the door back, and maybe it pops out because you can do a lot of that with latches and springs and stuff. But the more complicated you make it, the more chance you have that somebody either builds it incorrectly or it breaks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's better to have that. Like on the Lotus, there's a lot of latches, right? You push and it latches things, for example.
So sunbursts.
Right. So you can have something where you pop it and it lets you remove that panel and then you pop the ADF on, right?
Yeah.
And then it's there. And you can build, you can build pin-driven, like pin connector magnetic electric, or the pin connectors for electrics, and you can have it connect to that and still light up, so that you can watch it fire rockets, for example.
Yeah.
So there's loads. I mean, there's so many ideas. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, like saying, is it going to have figurines with it?
Yeah, that's high on our list.
Is it going to actually rotate as well? Are you wanting to have the rotors rotate?
Oh,
that's going to happen.
Yeah, rotating blades is a must.
And I actually asked them about figures, and I don't know if you saw, but they are going to create figures for the Orca.
They are,
And so
they have the likeness.
And so they just have to go back and say, we want to make the figures, and then get approval to make the figures, right? It's not difficult. They have a full license with Universal, so they can do figures. Now, they may not be posable figures, but there's nothing saying you can't have a crew that stands with no helmets on, and then you have a second set of the 3 that are seated, and you can put them inside and they have their helmets, right?
Yeah.
So they can do figures. They would be all pre-painted and everything, and then maybe that's part of the premium subscription kind of thing. It's just everything can go. Everything goes right now, and then you start retreating. You knock stuff off to cost, right?
Yeah.
So,
and the figures for the Orca looked great.
Yeah, they did.
They were part of the premium subscription.
I saw those figures and I thought some people will buy that just for those figures.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like they won't even build the boat; they'll just buy it so they can have those.
Well, you're not going to get the figures until the very end.
Yeah,
I know, but there are going to be a lot of people going, "I just want those figures." Because I think there was a company before that was, I think like McFarlane or somewhere like that was going to bring out some Jaws figures, but they never actually materialised. I don't think. And so with those sort of things, I think a lot of people will be like, "I want that. I want just the figures."
If you remember when people were building the Route Master, they didn't want the figures from Hachette.
Didn't the original release come with figures?
Yeah, when we all done the original release, my Route Master has all the figures in it because it came with all the figures. But the figures were one. It came with like one of the issues came with a figure. Yeah. So you didn't build anything in that issue. You just got a figure. And lots of people. Yeah.
Really?
What?
I didn't know that.
Sorry.
When the Route Master went over to Agora, and Agora said, "No, we're not doing the figures," everybody turned around and said, "Oh, it doesn't look the same without the figures in."
Right.
You asked
everyone got the figures and gone. Yeah, everyone got the figures and sold them.
Well, I'm sure somebody could 3D model a drunk British guy vomiting in the staircase and a driver with his fist up yelling at him.
Right.
If you look,
get off my bus.
If you look for the figures on eBay, they're over £150 each.
Oof! Wow! Damn.
But they anymore.
Yeah, and I remember when they came out, there was loads of people complaining because you didn't get any parts for the bus. All you got was the figure, and then. In some cases, you didn't do anything. You just got the figure, and it said you can place this figure anywhere in the bus you like. And that was it. That was the instruction.
That was the whole stage.
Yep.
That would make it look like public transit in Atlanta, Georgia. A
It
whole
was,
subway
how
train
many
with one
figures-
person.
Well,
how many figures were there, Mark? Can you remember?
I'm just going to try and find out.
I think there was 7 or 8 figures there were.
It's something.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, I mean, I know we talked to them about that, and we said that really, being able to have, if like, for example, having 2 sets of figures, like you need at least Dom and Stringfellow, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe Caitlin, and then maybe Archangel. So you'd have maybe 4. And then, but you might only have Archangel in a standing pose, but maybe you have the other 3 in both poses. So you have a sitting pose, so they can be inside the helicopter, and another one where they can stand outside. Yeah. But those are the things that we were thinking would be like more of a premium subscription, because they asked about like what would be really nice to have with the model, but not as actually part of the model. So we talked about like a display base of the lair, right? Where it's inside the canyon, it's inside there, and it's all dirt, and it's, where you have display base, you have the figures. We even talked about adding the iguana. If you remember the iguana that falls off the wheel in the very first episode, the little iguana. What was the other thing? There was one more thing.
The iguana. I think that was it.
No, there was one more thing that would be like things that you would get in a premium, right? They're not necessarily even to build a model, but they're just fun things to add on.
Yeah, like a couple of people were asking about a display case.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them come with display case. I think most models come now with a display case.
Mostly on the premium subs.
Yeah, most of them are because I think it costs to manufacture it, I suppose.
Well, doing what you call it perspex.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, the perspex cases are not cheap.
No.
They're not cheap. Even in volume, they're very expensive. And then, like, I couldn't get a display base for my Optimus Prime because I was, mine was comped. So one of the people at Agora that I know, he has like 2 of them in his house. He's sending me one. But yeah, like that's a premium thing. It's like $250.
It's a big base.
It's a big base.
But I mean that's stuff that you can go onto the premium, right? Because people can build their own display cases too. You can have display cases made, but maybe you have one that has like I said, like the Devil's. No, it has like the Devil's Tower backdrop.
Yeah.
Right, and then people put in a dirt floor. They'll love to do stuff like that. So
I'm almost certain
you do that for the DB5, the backdrop for the premium.
So
yeah, they'll customize it, right? They'll a lot of people make their own, but just to have ideas if they were even going to offer a premium, if the cost comes in good, they'll put it in with the model. But the premium lets them have something that they can upgrade to if they'd like.
I've got a question for both of you. I've got one very important question for you guys. Why are the houses in the UK so damn cold? I could cut glass with these 2 things right here.
That is a question that ponders us all. It's sort of like the meaning of life. Why are we here? Why is this? It's one of those sort of really bizarre.
I love it here. I don't know what he's talking about. I love it here.
This morning, and it was like 14C in the house.
You have to get used to this weather. I mean, you have to be climatized.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's what we call central heating.
Yeah. Yeah, central heating's good.
And if we turn ours on, the landlord for the rental only said, hit this boost button. Then it puts the house up to 21C, and we're all sweating to death.
Yeah, there's nothing like with the UK. It's the same with the weather. There's nothing in between. It's either one extreme or the other.
So it's everybody's, not just this house. Okay, because it's either freezing or it's melting in here. Either Todd's opening sliding doors in the winter, or like I'm putting on a jacket.
How long are you guys here for?
We leave Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday. If you can, have you seen they've started cancelling flights?
For the most part, they're all domestic.
They're all domestic.
They're all flights within the U.S. The internationals aren't affected nearly as much.
Yeah, because they don't want to cause global.
We shouldn't have a problem getting home.
Yeah,
good. It's good to hear.
I'm going to double check now. Check my phone.
I'm going to make him panic.
Let me check my Delta app.
But yeah, I suppose anything that, like you were saying, anything that gets knocked off electrical, I suppose Mike Lane would be the guy to go with, to maybe even partner up with, to say.
Well, and that is something I also brought up, is that why not bring the modding community in early, right?
Yes.
Bring them into the process early on, so maybe they get early CAD designs, right, of what the actual build's going to be, and they know, okay, this is a way I can upgrade things, right? This is a way that I maybe can slide in LCD screens instead of static screens, right? And so to bring them in early in the process, maybe even in the design talks, right, where it's wouldn't it be great if when they're aiming for like a 2027 release on Airwolf, but wouldn't it be great if upgrade kits from Mike Lane were available the same day?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Not 7 months or 8 months until he starts getting parts that he needs to do it. He would have parts ready to go.
Yeah.
And that idea will come depending on what has to be cut to meet budget. Because I would love to put everything that everybody wants in it, but then the thing would cost $5,000. So it's got to come down to a reasonable point.
Yeah.
And but that leaves that gap where you can sit there and go, the base model will be good, but it can be really good. That's like Knight Rider. The base model's not bad, but it's really good with Mike Lane, right? And that was a budget contingent. You don't think that Phantom could have done that? Absolutely, it could have put that big old fancy dash in it, but it's cost, right? Yeah. So that, and the strange thing is, I keep telling people, I'm like, it's funny. People will spend $1,500 on a model and then $1,000 on mods, but they won't buy a $2,500 model that's already built that way.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, it's just too much.
It's in their heads.
It's over that 2K. It's too much for one model.
When people say, it's that same argument where you see someone go, oh, how much is the overall cost?
Right.
Yes, all the time.
I never look at that because it's a hobby. That's what you do. I say this to many people when they say this to me, because I have loads of people that say, oh, that's a lot of money. I'm like, have you ever counted how much money you spend on coffee?
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you'd be shocked by the amount. Yeah, I don't do any of that. And like the same with alcohol and cigarettes, it's the same with that. You don't sit there and go, you don't go to a restaurant and go, oh, how much is this going to cost me if I come here every day for a year? You don't do that sort of thing, do you? You don't go, oh, how much is coffee going to cost me for a whole year when you buy one?
Right.
So I see it the same way, you don't, but lots of people do. A lot of people, well, that's a lot of a cost to put out straight off. Well, it's not straight off, it's spread over.
Sure. Yeah, 24 months.
Yeah.
Everybody has the hobbies. My wife, she's into cross stitching and stuff like that. That costs. So everybody has their own hobbies. You just do what you enjoy doing.
Well, and I know a lot of people ask for the models to come out as full kits, right? And I get it. They're worried about the company not lasting 12 or 24 months or 3 years, whatever it takes. Right. Well, Eagle Moss definitely ruined it for everybody, but still, the idea of doing it, but the whole point of that is that it's more affordable for most people, right? They can spend 50 or 60 or 80 quid a day or a month versus $2,000 in one lump sum, right? And the parts aren't all made up front. They make the beginning parts, and then they make the middle parts, and then they make the end parts. And so expending all that up front to make a full kit, not knowing if it's going to sell, that is extremely risky.
Yeah,
it's fine at the end, like Agora does, right? Once they've gone full run, they start selling them as full kits.
And that's the whole point of a part work. Anyway, it was to offer something premium that anybody could afford, and you got it in stages and you built it up.
Yeah.
So I think originally it was like encyclopedias or something like that, and you could buy
it was literary works. Part works actually means you were buying part of a work. Somebody would sell a chapter of their book for a penny instead of people that couldn't afford $2 for the whole book. We're talking hundreds of years ago, but they would go out and sell a chapter, and they would sell another chapter. They were buying a part of a literary work, and that's where part work come from. And that's what this is. Really, if you think about where they started, it was all, you were literally buying the magazines. You were buying the editorials. The model was to keep you buying the magazines. That's how it all started, right? Yeah. And so they called it part work. You were buying the magazines, you were buying the editorials, because the magazines all came with all fancy stuff in them, and they're publishing houses. DeAugustini's a publishing house, Hachette's a publishing house, and so you were buying the magazines. The model was to make sure you bought all of the magazines. It was the carrot on the stick, and now it's kind of turned to Agora doesn't care about the magazines at all. They just love big models, right? That they're not part works. They just love large scale models.
Well, that's why their models are so much. Their models are considerably cheaper, about 25% almost. Sometimes
they can be.
Because they're not spending all that extra money on the editorial.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with Robocop here. So a lot of people saying, well, that's a lot of money. You could have bought the Hot Toys version. I'm like, but the Hot Toys version is smaller.
I have the Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, you could have bought the Enterbay one. Once again, I don't think it's die cast.
No, plastic.
And it's like
mostly.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same with the Terminator. Take the Terminator. I don't think anyone's produced it in that scale.
Nope.
But if they did, I'm pretty sure if you bought a full built one, say from Sideshow, you'd pay $3 or $4 grand easy.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I always come back to the Enterprise, right? The Enterprise D from Fan Home is not the best model. It's the way it's designed is not great. I will admit that.
It's one of the worst ones.
However, tell me another place you can get a 2-foot Enterprise for $2 grand.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't. Even if I gave you the studio model that was 2 foot, the actual studio filming model, I gave it to you, you'd be so disappointed in it. You know what I mean? Like reflective windows and pieces of tape and mold marks and sanding holes and all sorts of stuff, because that's the studio model.
Tape and plastic and
there's putty all over it. I mean, you wouldn't want to see the 2 foot model that close. And so you're getting a lot for what you pay for. And then if you go say, okay, I'm going to go over to Factory Entertainment, they make a very, very nice one. About the same scale, I think it's slightly larger. They make one, and it's $17,000. You just can't find a large scale Enterprise D like that. Yes, it's not great, but you can't find one even close to it for $2,000.
Yeah.
The thing about it is with the magazines, though, how many people keep the magazines once they finish the build?
There's a lot of people that do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
I know a lot of people throw them away, but I know there's a lot of people that I've seen people lately that I'm like, they were asking for issues that they didn't get, for example. And I have a lot of the PDFs for the builds, and they're like, no, I want the physical magazines. I want to keep them. I want to put them in a binder, and I want to have them. And I'm like, okay.
But the information in the magazines at the end is probably nothing to do with the subject that you're actually building, because they've run out of stuff to put in there.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
Terminator was one of them where it's not related to the films at all.
Yeah, RoboCop magazine's got a bit like that towards the end. It was very, very thin on content.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you look at the downloadable magazines for, I think I can say Mad Max, Ford Falcon, and every time I download them, I look at the editorial a little bit, and 90% of it has nothing to do with Mad Max or the Falcon. It's all other hot rod and car culture stuff.
Okay, yeah.
It's very generic.
It's almost like before, like it was all about the magazine. Now it's all about the models, and the magazine's sort of
it's changed. That's what I mean. It's switched the other way, where it used to be the magazine, the models to make you get the magazines, and now people want the models, and then it's not about the magazines anymore.
Yeah, that's why they're all PDFs now for the most part.
Which is why in the US, a lot of people complain because the US fan home has stopped sending out paper mags, which makes sense. I mean,
it doesn't either.
It's expensive, right? There's tariffs involved. They have to import all the magazines. They're heavy, they're bulky, and they take a lot of space. Or we just give you the digital versions and we skip all that.
Mm-hmm.
You still get the magazines, but just not in a paper format. You still get all the editorials, everything's in there.
Yeah, well, lots of people have said to me before and said, I would build it without the magazines, but would the cost go down? And I've said it on this channel, actually. I've said, no, because I think the magazines would go, I think the magazines don't cost them anything.
They do, but they're very small. And they're just
it's small compared to anything else.
No, and the reason I agree with you is because Hachette's the largest publishing group in the world, right? Yeah. And DeAgostini is not small by any means. No. And it's for them to say, hey, let's publish these things. They're running so many books. They're building so many things. To squeeze those in is pennies. It really is.
I was going to say, because you buy it, so the magazine, I said it before, I said, I think the magazines cost them, I would roughly say 10p, if that. Something really small.
Sure.
So you wouldn't see the price.
It's not free to create the editorial content, to do the photos and write the articles. Someone's getting paid for that.
Sure.
Yes.
So there is a cost involved. I don't know if it's
making the content, but making the physical book.
He's talking about printing.
Oh no, the paper manual is nothing. It's
that's
the
what I
content.
see. That's the paper manual bit. I would imagine all that sort of stuff would go in with the cost of the build. So they would say you've got 10 grand that's your budget sort of thing, and that includes the magazine material.
I think the cost of the magazines is inconsequential.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and I think that getting them in the U.S. was purely just to avoid eating some more money in tariffs, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's just one less thing they have to import. If they don't have to deal with the headaches of customs, it's a mess with the tariffs, right? It's especially in the U.S. since the U.S. has kind of gone full digital. But for every person that says, I wish I had a magazine, there's somebody that says, I wish it was in PDF because I like being able to put it on a TV screen or a tablet or something and have it right next to me. That's what I do. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
So
I put it on a big 27-inch screen. I zoom in.
It's that same thing you said earlier. You can't please everyone.
No.
So, like you're saying, there are some people that want the magazines. I know some people have been asking for the Megazord magazines because they would like to have the paper magazines and they haven't. So
I don't care.
That's one of those things as well. Yeah. But
I just want a big Megazord to display.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I'm not building this for the magazines, but for me, the magazines, as you know, Mark, I tend to get rid because they take up a lot of space.
They do.
A lot of space.
I have a 50 pile of magazines this high in my basement that I have to recycle and throw away.
Yeah.
One last question: are the rest of the Hobby Time modelers going live today?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. They'll be going on at what 9 p.m. your time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
9. So about an hour from now.
Yeah, about 1 hour from now, they're going to go live,
and we'll be there too.
Yeah, we'll hop on that stream.
Well, we are at 2 minutes past 8. Wow.
Yeah, awesome.
Coming on tonight has been an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Once in the opportunity to have you two on this show with me and Kevin.
We're happy to.
And we're here in the country with you.
And we're in the UK on your time zone, so we're all awake and ready to go.
Earlier, I was like, hell yes.
Well, Kevin, that's why I was reaching out to you. I was asking that. It's the same thing. So
yeah. I was at the hospital. It's fine now. But I was.
It's all good.
Yeah, I hope everything works out well for that.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got to thank Todd because he did our intro and outro for this show.
Yes.
So,
I did. Yeah, no, it was.
So,
I'm glad you guys are still doing it.
He might do intros for other people too.
Oh God,
all the time.
He's already asked me. He's like, "You ready to do my Airwolf intro?" I'm like, "Bro, we're like 2 years away."
For my little videos.
Oh, all of them.
My interaction videos.
Brilliant.
Are you all caught up on chat? You good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, I'm not going to read the chat out because obviously we're up to 8 o'clock. But if I didn't miss any of your chat, it was because we've got you two guys on tonight. And yeah, it's been a blast, really blast. So
awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So if you're not watching the Hobby Time Modelers at 9 o'clock, go over there and watch.
Yes.
Sounds good.
If you guys stick around, we'll have a chat after the show.
Sure.
All right. Sounds good.
Right, Kevin, you gaming tomorrow night?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. Anything else coming up this week?
Enterprise, the Batman 89. That's here. I've done that. So that's all coming up.
Get the message real quick.
Okay. Normal videos. Apart from I've got Enterprise D's coming up on Monday, Tuesday. So thank you to Ian and Todd. Thank you, Kev. Thank you all for your chat. It's been brilliant tonight. I really enjoyed it. Just leaves us to say, I've been Mark.
I've been Kev.
We'll catch
I'm in Todd. Cheers.
Bye.